Hello everyone, this is 8 minutes of potentially useful but probably not facts and outcome memories. If you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. Subscribe and join my community Discord, and let's not waste any more time and get into the facts. Did you know that Blaze hitboxes are really weird? On especially her grounded version of her kick, the active hitbox does not go away until she either makes contact with the EXE or touches the ground. This makes for some pretty wild things that you can do with airdropping, dethroning Knuckles, because with Blaze you can actively maneuver where she will land when dropping from a high height. Amy is actually left-handed, or at the very least ambidextrous. We can see this with her healthy animation having her left hand closer to the hammerhead, which is generally done with the dominant hand, though this switches with her injured animations to have her right hand be closer. This could mean she is actually ambidextrous. While we're on the topic of Amy, she is the only character outside of Eggman to not flip when she jumps. If her hammer is not currently in her hand, she will not front flip when she jumps, which looks a little goofy. Several cosmetics actually break tails, specifically, well, his tails. Things like the Azrael outfit and the Yellow Soul cosmetics causes Tails to no longer play the proper animations, which can be so very frustrating because they get in the way of you trying to aim. Speaking of Tails, did you know that the Tails doll cosmetic uses the same walking and running animations as Azrael Tails? If you didn't, well, now you can't unsee it. You're welcome. This next one is for all the Tails mains out there. You know how if you get out of the air, if you try to fly again, you will get bugged? This is because the game never actually cancels out the stamina you had on your flight from the original flight, and that continues to go down. So the next flight that you use will take that stamina. If you wait until that stamina is gone, however, you could just use your flight just fine without getting it bugged. Metal is a weird character when it comes to his destructive charge, because originally, the destructive charge's cooldown only started after he used it, but now, it no longer does that, for whatever reason. I don't know, I find it interesting. Every character who has iframes can do this next one. 2011X's charge has weird properties. If the character you're attempting to charge had iframes active when your charge started, then it will not connect the entire charge, you will miss it. This is exploitable by Amy, Blaze, Tails, Cream, and literally anyone else you can think of that has iframes on startup of a move. This is obviously useful in LMS when you're about to die, but this is a bug, so use it at your own risk of getting banned. This also works against Metal Charge as killers who have iframes as well, as seen here. Tripwire is a character that literally no one plays, but here are some tips in case you decide to go and try her out. You can reach out in the air if you set up a failed mine while in the air, then quickly use reach out. This is useful because it stops all possible melee stuns from stopping you getting all the damage you can. Plus, survivors will actually fall down first before being able to go anywhere, which makes catching up to them easier. Not only this, but you can set up pretty nasty combos as Tripwire as well. Have you ever wondered what the most damage in a single combo you can do is? I have too. The best combo I figured out so far is with Colossus, the grab demon himself. The amount of damage this does is really unfair, but is really useful for getting rid of pesky Metal Sonics or characters with low mobility in LMS, such as Knuckles. Did you know you can actively influence who takes damage if two hitboxes overlap? If the person who joined first is overlapping with someone who joined later, then the first person will have hit priority, meaning that you can do some pretty insane things, like this. This has almost no counterplay as Colossus or 2011X, so do with this what you will. Cream has a few things in this game you can pull off, namely a few things with heal. I'm sure you know about glide heal, but did you know about run heal? This is pulled off by dashing into something as you press heal, which allows you to run away mid-animation and gives you the iframes for it. I've never done this in a game in my life, but you know, now you can do it. The Werehog skin actively influences your FPS. This is seen on less powerful devices much clearer, but you can still see it even with my beefy laptop. You also go slightly farther with the Werehog peel-out skin for whatever reason. Perhaps this is FPS based as well. Speaking of FPS based, Colossus is hugely based off of FPS, such as his lunge on grab, which goes much further depending on how low your FPS is. A huge part of this game is actually FPS based, and there's really no clearer example than this. Other examples include how far you can go with Silver's flight, although this is so minute it's barely noticeable. Amy's hammer actually changes the trajectory of how hammers behave slightly differently. The one that seems to cause us the most is the reincarnation wand. This could be because of the change in animation, but specifically with the trust skin, the hammer has a slightly lower gravity, for whatever reason. I don't know why. Speaking of Amy, her hammer is actually on a set timer. After 5 seconds of no longer having an active hitbox, it'll come back. The game considers it an active hitbox as the hammer is moving, which is why you can pull off some crazy things like this. Almost every character has a way to escape the grab kill on 2011X. Knuckles and Eggman can spam their counters, Amy can spam hammer, and so on. This really only works on kills that don't have an animation, such as the first down. This is very obviously bug abuse, but hey, it works. Almost every character can make this jump on Hill Gym. The only character that cannot as of now seems to be Amy, although Knuckles does it best because he doesn't need to waste an ability to do so. Speaking of jumps, there are certain Eggman jumps that are absolutely ludicrous. One on Green Hill if you were recently damaged. Several Sonic cosmetics just do not work anymore for whatever reason. They're just like bugged. There are some really weird properties with You Can't Run's final 80. If the bomb has gone off, then all projectiles in the game will go very slowly. This includes Blaze's Soul Flame. For whatever reason, it makes it go very slowly. You can pin someone against a wall for about a minute if you have a full Soul Flame meter. Tails now has, and finally, Tails is the only character in the entire game to be able to stun through iframes. This means that he can theoretically never be stopped if he wants to stun you with Burst. He can also stun stack with Burst, which can do heavy damage against a Fleetway. That really needs to be changed, I'm not even gonna lie with you. And that is 7 minutes of useless information that you will probably never use in outcome memories. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, subscribe, and join my community Discord, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.